Hello, everybody. Bienvenido a todo. Welcome to Train Sim World. Welcome to World Brut with me, Valbrut, and we are in Train Sim World, Train Sim 5, Train Sim World 5, and we are going to do the new Dutch route. Just because I actually think it's pretty cool. I've only done one full service, um, but I have played around with the locos. I didn't really do much of the introductions or the learning, so I I did a few more services, but I didn't actually complete them because I was like 10 minutes late starting. Because I just as a pro tip, you should either watch the tutorial, not the tutorial, you should do the tutorial. You just should. You really should. But you should also check out the preview stream with Matt because he actually did a video where he actually walked through as he was doing the tutorial setup in the train. Needs a few buttons pressed. I will see if I can remember them. I'm skeptical. Um, I'm talking about the ICMm here. Um, and yeah, towards Zwolle. Right, so drive this bit from Groningen to Zwolle. Yeah, I want to go south. That's probably a bit too late in the day. It might be dark by then. Groningen to Zwolle. Well, we'll try this one. It should be nice, and I'm not going to do the We'll do windy, so maybe the clouds move a bit, and we'll do a little bit like that. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, so let me think how to describe this route. You're gonna see it because I mean you've probably already seen videos of it, but I would say it is like Great Western Express. You get two very good trains. You get this one, which is the ICMm 3-car unit, and you get the I can't remember what it's called. Which is this is like the long distance. It's like one stop or two stops in between service, and then there's the regional one which will stop at most stops or all stops. And I mean, this train is iconic. Look at it, gorgeous, ain't it? Oh, and it gorgeous. But anyway, there's a bit to do. So first things first, you need to turn on all your. Well, hang on. Let me do some bits and bobs. Turn on lights. Turn on faffy stuff. Switches. Uh, 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 uh. Now, need to put the bloody, that's what I needed to do first. And then forward. Yeah. And then I can open the doors. You need to put the reverser forward before you can open the doors. That's what was really screwing me over. Like, significantly. Oh, I need to turn on the safety system. I mean, look at this. You're on the roof of this train. That's so cool. ATB, which is the safety system. Dead man's isolation. I'm not going to put the dead man's on because I don't know. It just sounds like it just feels like it's too faffy. I need to release this to get rid of the brake lock. Anything down there? No. I think there should be turned on. Yeah, I mean I don't think that does anything. So yes, here we are. This lovely train. Oh, and there's the little regional one. Very nice. I mean, so you get two full. Oh, close the doors. Two full trains. Is this a double car? No, it's just a single car. Okay. Reduce the brakes. And off we go. Nice and quiet. So yeah, I mean the funnest thing about this train is that you sit on the roof, basically. Also, I don't want to go over. Although it is a forgiving safety system, ATB. Like it will, as long as you put the brakes on a little bit, it will. It'll stop screaming at you. But still, I don't want it screaming at me. Um, and so here we are leaving Groningen. Not one of the most well-known stations or places in the Netherlands. The two most famous being Amsterdam and Rotterdam, and maybe The Hague, I suppose. And is Antwerp? Antwerp is Antwerp in the Netherlands or in Belgium? Oh God, I don't want to offend people. But yeah. So we're leaving the north to head down south, but we will have a stop at Assen along the way. So yeah, as I was saying, this route is like Great Western Express because think of this as the HST. It is basically the iconic 70s train from the Netherlands. So it is like the HST, but electric. And then the other one is like the modern little regional stopper train. And you're gonna see it. Oh no, wait. So the two little marker signs on there are, if I understand it, you get the ATB, which tells you which is set to certain speeds, but the line speed might be higher than the actual ATB speed, and that's why there's like a discrepancy. The blue marker seems to be a little bit higher. Lovely horn. So yeah, you'll frequently see that the ATB speed and the actual line speed don't line up perfectly. But it's not really much of an option. There's not usually because on this line you can only go 140, I think, which does line up with the ATB. Yeah, it does. So yeah, like think of like when Great Western Express came out as like the first UK route, and how like it lets you do these long distance route runs with the HST, and then the short distance stopper services with the networker, or the whatever it's called, the 166. And this is basically like that. It did cost €40, so it's slightly more expensive than some. But I mean, these are two brand new trains. Like this isn't like, oh, it's based on one of those trains from Germany or anything. No. It's like fully new. So you get the little bell to tell you that you can increase or what there's a speed increase or decrease. Yeah, I mean it is very like Great Western just because it's very relaxing. Like you don't have to do much on these intercity services. There are speed changes as you come to sort of tighter curves, but on the big long straights it's basically 140. Then on some of the tighter curves you'll drop down to maybe 120 or 100, and then as you approach stations, sometimes then you switch lines, you might be down to 60, but it's generally pretty like as you might expect a service in the Netherlands to be. It's very flat. It isn't hectic. The line is mostly two tracks along the way. You'll get bits like this that are three, or as you get close to stations where the station mouth opens up. But it is honestly really, I don't know. I would just say it's like a nice. It also reminds me a bit of Rapid Transit. And obviously, Rapid Transit had the underground section and that, but in terms of the sort of longer. The longer lead-in times. Yeah, you see, the reason it isn't going off is because it will only start going off when this part of the line. So I can go over a little bit, 130, but if I go over too much, then it will stop belling at me. Oh look, and there's a Vectron, which do appear on this line. And I've got the G6, whatever it's called, Vossel, which we might see, because it does move around the yards a bit. Can't open any of these windows. Onwards we go. Very smooth and quiet train. Oh, there it is. There they are. Pair of them. Lovely. Oh look, and there's some parked up ICMMs. So these are modern. The second M stands for modernised because they were refurbished many times, but they're like the most modern refurbishment. Basically, sealed up the front doors because these used to be doors, 2 double doors that would open and basically, like you can with the Electrostars, it would sort of hook you up to the train in front and then allow through trains. And it's why this was on the roof, to allow a little corridor which goes around the side here. You can't get into it here, but that lets you basically well, I mean, it basically lets you travel between the 2 trains. But they sealed that up because apparently, according to what I heard on the TSW stream, was that it was unreliable and causing issues with the train's reliability. So they just got rid of them. Which isn't that. I mean, the idea of like through trains is a very obsessive thing in the UK. Because they don't like having to pay for if there's 2 individual trains that don't have a through passage, then you'd have to hire 2 guards for them. That's why they became obsessed with not having them in the UK. But mainland Europe doesn't seem to have that problem so much. Like, it's more common to have trains that don't walk, that you can't walk through, like just 2 individual units that are hooked together. Whether that's because they don't have guards or because they just don't care about paying 2 guards per train, I don't know. But the UK in particular is very obsessed with making sure all its trains are walked through. I think also passengers might prefer it in the UK. I think they've probably done studies and they prefer the idea that all of the train is accessible from wherever they are. But we'll see. But yeah, so they got rid of that. So instead, the trains are now just like sealed units. And there are 4-car versions of this, because I think I went on a 4-car version when I went between Amsterdam and Rotterdam on one, which was, I mean, I think it was possibly wasn't even half an hour. Very quick journey because they're not that far from each other. And Netherlands isn't a very big country. Like we travel a not insignificant distance in this route, not huge distance. Like Zwolle is more towards the centre of the Netherlands, and Groningen is more towards the north east. But like, if you were to go from one side of the Netherlands to the other on a train, probably wouldn't take you that much longer than 3 hours. But like, I mean, it's also very flat, so it doesn't like it has to traverse hills or anything like that. And the lines like this, you can see they're quite straight and direct. Well, until you get to here, and then it's like, no, you need to take a Z. But no, I do recommend the Netherlands as a place to go as a holiday, or, well, as a holiday. I don't know where else you go there. Business, but I don't know what business anyone does there. But it is a very nice place. Rotterdam especially is beautiful. Very nice modern city. And like some people from there talk about it like it's like hell on earth. They talk about it like it's Milton Keynes, and I'm like, Milton Keynes wishes. Like, Rotterdam is amazing. I think because it used to look like Amsterdam, but it was bombed a lot in the World War II, and so now it's more like post-war architecture that I guess people find unfashionable or not very nice. But I loved it there. Can't think of a part of it I didn't like. Really loved it. Like, I mean, the Netherlands is just a nice place, and Amsterdam, of course, is beautiful and gorgeous. But I've never been to Zwolle or Groningen. Groningen or Groningen? Groningen? Groningen, was it? Groningen. This station, by the way, is is having some construction work, like that big gap there. I think these are supposed to be joined platforms eventually, but they're like digging out a big concourse underneath it, so it's just a hole at the moment. So I suspect those termination platforms are just there for the time being, whilst it's under construction. But see, what I love about this route is this: that I can talk, and there's not a lot going on. That I'm just sailing along in my. It's like the 747, isn't it, with the hump? Like even this, like looks like the cockpit of a plane. It's very nice. There are I mean these are old-fashioned now from the 70s. I think they kept making them until about the 80s, but they're old-ish trains now. But there are trains in Japan that use this design as well. I've seen them. I think the Narita Airport Express might be one of them. And they look like this, but with a modern 21st century design edge, is a really good design. And the ones in Japan have the front doors still open. What's nice about it is just that it's like... It's like a relaxing jaunt, like Great Western Express. Like, hear me out on this. It is very similar, if not for the electric. It is that vibe. It's that kind of, oh, I just want to jump in. I mean, unfortunately, it is like a much longer route than Great Western Express, so it does take like, well, it might not be that much longer, but it's a slower route. So the train's top speed is 140 on this route. Which is significantly less than 125 miles an hour. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. 200 kilometers an hour is 125 miles an hour. So 140 would be 90-ish miles an hour? 95 maybe? So yeah, it's not quite up there with... Like, the HST covers more distance in less time. Well, it probably doesn't actually, because the acceleration is so bad. Oh, we've got an 80 coming up. You need to also be prepared for the braking, because it will enforce that braking curve strictly. I think as soon as you see a warning for the speed, a little triangle, it starts enforcing the curve, and you get a bell. You get a bell that's like, you're not slowing down fast enough. Here it is. Here it is. Or maybe it's this thing. It's telling me now. But as long as as long as I keep it in brake 3, there's no alarm. If I bring it down to 2, it's like alarm. I'm gonna slow down a bit more. Get down to 80. Because it will slam on the emergency brakes if you don't respond to the bell in enough time. Or if you don't get down to speed in time, and then you'll have to like sort of do the emergency brake application, which is also what kept screwing me up when I was playing this yesterday. Hence why I only managed to get one service done end to end, because I kept setting off the bloody alarms and then not remembering how to do take off the emergency brakes. So then having to go watch the preview stream with Matt to remember how to do. So like, I do suggest do the tutorial. Watch the preview stream, at least the first 20 to 30 minutes. I think he covers most of the basics in that period. For this train, you have to watch longer if you want to see the other train as well. But I mean, I honestly think this is like, look at this. It's just nice. Oh, I need to actually put the brakes on to slow down. Oh, it also has, oh, we'll see as we leave this, it has the nicest clunky click as you go over the switches. You might not be able to hear it because of the volume, but I mean this station is also awesome. It's so Dutch. And I don't even know what I mean by that, but I know what I mean by that, but I also don't know what I mean by that. It's so like the Netherlands is a really nice place for that reason. That it's like, in some ways, it's very, very like suburban. Like it's, you know, when you see pictures of like housing estates and stuff in the UK when they were first built in the 50s and the 60s, and they all look really nice and beautiful and like untouched, and you're like, oh, and then you think of them now and they're terrible. Netherlands is like that, but they never got just vandalized and destroyed. Like the whole country is just like a nice postcard. Look at this, like wooden, like I mean, that is just gorgeous, gorgeous. Like brutalism, but not. And then this very Dutch brick style. Like these red, sort of, I don't know, reddy, bluey brick. Very, very Dutch. I mean, that station is just very Dutch. Can't define it, but it just is. Have you seen a station like that in any other route in TSW? No, because this is the first Dutch route. That's why. Oh, we've got time. Let's step down. So you'd step down like onto the stairs, and then you come down here, and you're like, ooh. So this is the door that would have led to the front. And this is the passenger cabin. So the first class section is in the middle of the train. So these are all the standard class sections. It's really like well modelled. Like this is like Great Western for that exact same reason. Everything is so well done. This is the first class section. Oh, there, look at that first class. Just a very small first class section. Half a train. A big chunk of which is covered up by the. No, let me back. I've got to drive us away from here. You fools. Oh, we're late. We're late because I've been hanging around. Look, toilet. Can't get in there. Now, I thought this was made by a third party, but I mean, everything that was being said by Matt in the stream made it sound like that DTG made this. And like, fair play to them. It's brilliant. Really good route. Solidly built, as in, like, not any major glitches or nothing. And I mean, same for Cardiff, to be honest. Oh, wait, no, let me... There we go. Although I feel like the sound... Like, there's no running sound. But I'm sure there was last night. Or maybe it's just quiet. Oh, I mean, that sound is what I mean. Oh, it's so comforting as you go over the switches. It's like clunk, clunk, clunk. And if you're switching tracks at low speed, you really feel the suspension of it, and like you feel like you're in like high up in the train, as if you're getting the fuller swing of it. Let's go over this slowly, see if we get a clunk click here. Oh no, we won't, because it's... There we go. See that clunk 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 clunk? There's another one coming up. Lovely, a lovely sound. Like when you hear it through like good headphones, it sounds great. Now, let's get back up to 140 and onwards to Zwolle. So I think this service takes about 57 minutes, which is a long time. I'll be brutally honest with you. I do prefer Great Western Express for its 30-minute runtime end to end, whereas this is like a bit longer. Because the train is slower and it's a longer route. But nevertheless, oh, look at it! Look at it! What I also like about this train is really easy to drive. As in, you get it up to speed, it accelerates decently, very well for like a train from the 70s for sure. And it even though it looks like really retro and old, it's a very smooth train to drive. like once you get up to speed, you can just like shift it down to a low power, and it will just sort of maintain that speed more or less. Um, the hills aren't exactly like dramatic in this route, so you you don't usually really have to worry about like I think this is about like that is about as dramatic as it gets, going from 0.3% uphill to 1% downhill. Like it's it doesn't get much more dramatic than that, basically. Lovely. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're going to have to get a picture. Get a picture when we get the sun out. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Oh, yes. I want to be here. I want to turn the grid on. And I want to go. No, no, no. I need to feel the view. That's it. Oh, yes. I love that. Oh, yes. I want that. Yes. Oh, good. Exposure down. Yeah. Oh, doesn't that look like the most Dutch thing you ever saw? Um, should I turn the telephone? No, I want it just like that, I think. There we go. Didn't have to do much for that, did I? Yeah, let's go back out. I love this sign as well. It's very, can't remember, are they called NR or NS? Netherlands Rail, but in Dutch, not in English. I feel like it's NR, but it might be NS. But I don't know why I would think it was NS. Put the blinds down. Oof. Very good, very nicely modelled train. See, that was really loud. Lovely. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this route. But yeah, like I said, it isn't for you if you like. Let's say, I mean, let's say your favorite route was something more like what route? If you like the London Overground routes, for example, this isn't dense city frequent stopping. Even if you do the regional service, there aren't that many stations and they're not that close together. Um, and the regional train isn't sort of stop-starty like that. You do get up to speed and you travel between. It's not like, say, the London Overground route or the Cardiff City route at all. This is much more spread out over a longer distance, much more rural. Like the entire centre bit, middle bit is basically rural. You stop at like towns, but you only once you leave Zwolle or Groningen, there's not much but trees and greenery. So if you like rapid transit, well, if you like the north bit of rapid transit, once you left the tunnel, then you like this because it's very similar. That kind of straight lines through the countryside. If you like Great Western Express, if you like, what was the other one I was just thinking of? Not West Coast Main Line. West Coast Main Line is a lot more. There's things happening constantly all over the place. There's two types of service really. There's your long distance point to point, one stop along the way, and there's your regional stops that will have more stopping happening. There's if you liked Some of the Austrian routes, it's a bit like that. Um, but without the mountains or the hills or or the windiness. Like this is, I mean, it is. I have to say exactly. You'd imagine a Netherlandish, a Dutch route, a Netherlandish route, a Dutch route, um, flatlands, riding through. I did not put on the fog. I put no fog on when I set this weather. How dare it give me fog? How dare it? Ooh. Okay. Lovely. Lovely blind. I needed that today when I was driving home from work and the sun was blinding me. But I wasn't in a lovely train. Although, come to think about it, no. Maybe I could get the train to it. No. Just occurred to me, like, the place where I drop my dog off in the morning isn't that far from a train station. And my work is right next to a train station. And no, I don't live near a train station, do I? No, I live a metro right away from a train station, so no. No, 2 parts of that journey would be doable, but not the third. So you see, there's a fair amount of AI traffic, but there's not lots. It's not like it isn't like the West Coast Main Line with the modded timetable. Well, actually, no. I think the actual base timetable is pretty busy now. It isn't like that because you're not getting that culmination of like lots and lots of services, other than around the main stations. And there's only the 2 trains to provide all the cover for those stations. And this station isn't a through station, so you're not getting lots of services here. And then down here, this one's more busy. You will see trains coming off down here and going off, but it's not like 2 big metropolises. It's not like, say, Navica, whatever that Dresden route is called, where where there's like lots of freight happening at either end. There's like lots of AI traffic. It isn't like that. This is serene, genteel train driving through the countryside. No. 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 Come on. Come on. I want to do a fly past. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? Right, no. Need to go far ahead. If I recall correctly, the automated crossing originated in the Netherlands because they have so many level crossings. Because it's flat. Everything is just built at ground level. There aren't lots of viaducts or anything like that because there's no need for them. Oh, look at that. Right, we'll go to the next level crossing. Get far ahead enough of the train. There's no speed restrictions coming up, so we're fine. This looks like a level crossing to me. Oh no, it's a signal. Huh. Well, trust me to find the one bloody... Okay, here we go. Look, here comes a car. Looks like a Skoda or Stell. Look at that. Well, let's take off the... so we get the full. And now let's... Oh! How's about that? Gorgeous, ain't it? Gorgeous. Yes, like I said, my understanding is the automated barrier level crossing came from the Netherlands. But I'm sure there were different countries can claim to have created that or originated that. But it is funny just how many of them there are, how many level crossings there are compared to, like, say, UK routes or not compared to American routes. American routes have lots of them because they definitely don't like building viaducts or anything. So I wonder what the etiquette is with the horn in this country. I know in Germany you just like never use it. In the UK you use it to warn people, to warn line side workers. And to warn ahead of level crossings across the railway when there's a whistle board. I don't know what you have to do in this country. Are you supposed to whistle in advance of a crossing? Horn etiquette should come with the game. They should tell you when you're allowed to or you're supposed to. Don't touch people look exactly the same as the Americans, exactly the same as the Germans, exactly the same as the Austrians. No, I am wondering if when they release the Japanese third-party route, whether that will have different character models to reflect Japanese commuters. Well, I don't know if it's commuter line or Japanese sort of travellers. I wonder if there'll ever be a Chinese route as well, because I can imagine China's game development is coming on. Like they won game of the. I think. Oh wait, did it? I think Black. Oh, what's it called? Black. No, I can't remember the name of it. Game last year, nominated for a bunch of Game of the Year awards, but I don't know if it won any of the big ones. But I got the words. Like there's Wong, there's Black. I feel like Fu's in there. But that I might just be me making a word association because of Wong. And they buy lots of games, Chinese consumers. So I'm surprised there hasn't been sort of interest from a Chinese dev to do a route, because it would really have to be someone based in China who could get access to that kind of thing, and maybe there'd be iffy things going on around it, like I don't know, like in Spain, like the high speed railways are really like security like laden. Like you still have to go through airport style security to get on them. Kind of madness in a way, because trains are supposed to be really useful, but Spain's high speed system is very much like getting a plane, rather than like getting a train. I don't know why. And some of the trains still have like TVs on them where you can watch film. Plug in your headphones and listen through the train to the film that's on the TV. It's so funny. Retro. It's retro. I think there's some disquiet about it in some quarters because it's discouraging, and the ticketing, the way they do the ticketing as well, discourages you from just buying a ticket or planning in advance. Like, it just discourages you from taking the train, and it's expensive. But good trains, very modern. I remember when we did. I'm trying to remember. Like, did we have to plan ahead when we bought? I don't think we did. I think we just went to the station and bought the ticket when we went between. Because when we went to Rotterdam and Amsterdam, we went to Amsterdam first on the Eurostar. I don't know if it still does that, but it used to. It used to go to Amsterdam and Rotterdam, and then we got the train from Amsterdam to Rotterdam. Only when I was buying the tickets, Rotterdam didn't show up. So for the way back, we got a little plane from Rotterdam to London City Airport. And it was a tiny plane. It was quite funny, because my partner doesn't like flying. And then he saw the plane and was like, is that it? Because I think it was a little Embraer E-Jet, which like from a distance look like it's like a 737, but it's significantly smaller. So that absolutely scared the bejesus out of him, and then especially because it was billed as like British Airways City Hopper or whatever, but it was actually one of those franchise ones run by some little, I don't know what, I can't remember what they're called. They do most of the little regional flights out of the UK. Can't remember what they're called, but anyway, it was one of those. So and from the many episodes of Air Crash Investigations we watched, he was like, these are the ones that crash a lot. And I was like, it's okay, it's okay. But it was fun, actually. Flying into London City is quite fun. Shouldn't exist, but it's fun that it does. I can't imagine, thinking about that, I cannot imagine there's any regional flights in the Netherlands. There's just no need for it. It's so small. You could just drive from one end to the other pretty quickly. It's because it's that benefit of being flat, so it's not like there's big hills to traverse, and then you've got the trains. Like, I'm not sure it really even has. I'm trying to think. I guess high-speed services run here. I don't know if they run them themselves, or if like this is fine, because like I said, Rotterdam and Amsterdam are the two biggest cities, and they're about 20 minutes apart on a relatively sort of. Oh well, of course, high-speed lines run there because the Eurostar goes there. But I don't know. Like Thalys is Belgian, isn't it? Thalys. That's the Belgian high-speed one. Or is it in the Netherlands? Oh God, no! My brain's getting foggy now. This permits up to 180, it seems. And this train, I believe, its top design speed is 180, but it's limited in service to 160. I saw that somewhere. Saw it somewhere, written somewhere. And oh yeah, there. And on this route, on just 140. But 160 is, yeah, thereabout. It's where trains in Germany go up to before they need LZB. So I'd be interested in probably assuming that this possibly it's similar here, that you need a different signalling system to be able to go above 160, or an enhanced signalling system maybe, because this one is very forgiving. ATB. It like as long as you've put the brakes on, it's fine. It's like, oh, you put them on for 3, that's fine. It's not quite like PZB that. Oh, this train, to be fair, it doesn't. You're not going that fast, and the brakes are quite good, so you really don't have problems with it. Whereas PZB is a funny one, because the trains are all over the place, and the German trains are all over the place. Some of them have really bad brakes. So the moment you get that sort of magnet, if you weren't prepared for it and you hesitate a little bit, you don't stop in time or get slow enough in time. Oh, that's what I want to play. I want to play oh God, Fulda, Frank. No, fuck. God, what's it called? Würzburg to thingy. One of the launch routes for TSW3. What's the other city called? I can picture it. I can see it written down. Fulda is in the middle. Würzburg is at the bottom. I want to play that. And I wouldn't actually mind playing Frankfurt Fulda. But I think last time I played it, it crashed. But that's an interest. That's like the diametric opposite of this route. That is maybe not the exact opposite, because it is still long distance trains and it takes about an hour to get from one end to the other, or more than an hour. But it's really windy, lots of speed changes. You need to be laser focused not to miss things. This route, like you can see, I'm talking, like nothing is happening. I'm talking, I literally have had to like adjust the throttle twice. And now I know not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people want that involvement. They want to be like, oh, I'm being challenged. There's a signal. Oh, red. Ah, damn. Oh, I need to adjust my speed. Blah blah blah. I, on the other hand, I like that sometimes. Like I don't mind doing the overground route the other week because it's like start and stop because you don't get that fast. But I do kind of really appreciate a route like this where I just get to. Well, I just get to be like, look at this. There's no screaming at me. I'm just like, it's giving me so much time to get down to 80. Oop, I don't want to slow down that fast. Just beeps at me, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just keep going down. That's it. There we go. Life. Where are we? Okay, so we're almost on the final stretch then. Oh. Oh, there we go. So I nearly got a penalty. Well, I did get a penalty break then, but it releases so long as you get down to the speed within a certain amount of time. Oh, that's because I was accelerating again. Oh, look! Listen to that clunk click as you go over the things. It's beautiful. I'm going to turn up the sound of the game. Oh no, I can't. But I mean, I assure you, it's very nice. And look at this, we're like at the level of the roof. It's great. Oh, we can go back up to speed now. But yeah, what I had to say is we went at 140 around this corner because it's actually two very soft corners with the platform in the middle of it, and it's only because this one is a proper solid 90-degree turn that that we had to slow down for it. Oh, I assure you, the bass as this goes through your ears, it's like you're moving. It's brilliant. Really, genuinely, like the sound on this is lovely. The sound of those switches, just gorgeous. Oh look. What? Oof. Oof. Look at that. Boeing 747 train. Gorgeous. Very pleased with it. Well worth the money if you really like the modelling of trains and the Dutch railways. But like I said, if you're like hot on the heels of like Frankfurt Fulda, you've been enjoying yourself with that, or you really like London Overground and you really want more routes like that, then Cardiff is more up your street. This is much more serene, point to point. Castle Würzburg, that's the one I was thinking. Castle to Würzburg. It's a bit more like that, but without the speed. But like, you know, long distance point to point. You don't have to think so much because there aren't that many speed restrictions. And there's canals. Lovely, gorgeous canals. You know what this route is like? It's like, it's like it was designed. Like it could provide higher speeds, but why? It doesn't need to. You'd only save 5 minutes, so why not just limit it to 140, and that's fine. And nobody complains or insists it be faster. It's like, yeah, we get there. We can get between these two cities in 57 minutes. It's fine. We don't need more than that. Even though on these straights you probably could do 200 kilometers, but why? Why? It would save you 5 minutes. There we go. And here's the regional. We've got a 120 coming up. Fortunately, I've been slowing down without intending to, so I don't have to worry. Yes. Want water. Serene. It's like unpretentious, very well, like the Netherlands itself. What I like about this kind of route is that I won't have to do much in the way of like faffing up and down. Because I won't lie, sometimes I do have a TV program on the other screen, and I'll be watching Keeping Up Appearances, very popular in the Netherlands actually, or some other 90s crap. I'm sorry, Keeping Up Appearances isn't crap. I mean, in youth speak, you know. And well, we can go back up to speed. And so I can occasionally get sort of distracted by the other screen. And as anybody who's done that on a route like Frankfurt Fulda or London Overground will know, you regret that very quickly because you will miss a speed restriction or you will fail to stop in time for a station. And that happens to me frequently. So I like a route where I can just be like, I can do this whole route point to point in the space of of I just need to show you my dog. She's relaxed. She's like full on watching me. She's like, I see you. See, that's what you get from this route. It's relaxing. You're driving through the Dutch countryside. Makes you fall on your sleep on your back. So yeah, I think this is the last big release of March. I feel like maybe they also mentioned that that Class 47 rail tour was coming, but I don't know if they said it was coming in March, but it was coming soonish. They gave the thing. I mean, I'm not getting that. It's a 47. Got a million 47s in the game already. And East Coast Mainline rail tour. Yeah. Oh, this route is like the East Coast Mainline actually, but without freight. It is actually. Maybe that's a much better way to think of it. It is much more similar to the East Coast Main Line because of it's a long distance, like hour end to end type route, where you don't need to really adapt the speed although actually on the East Coast Main Line you probably need to a little bit more than this to go through some of the stations. But it's actually that's quite a good example of it. And actually, when they were describing this route in the preview, they were talking about it. They were coy. They were saying, "Oh, we don't have any more plans. There's nothing like on the roadmap for another Dutch route." But they wouldn't have modelled two brand new trains for this route if they weren't thinking about exploiting the Netherlands as their next big sort of like their next Germany or their next Austria. So I would imagine there is something more coming. And these two trains, I mean, this train in particular is like the main intercity train you'll find. There are versions. They're not identical, but there are trains that are similar to the 146 and the Dostos that run in the Netherlands. They're not the same, exactly the same. Lots of differences. So obviously, it's not a case they just repaint them and can sell them. They'll be able to do quite a lot of variation quite quickly with this having these two as a base. Um, and Matt did say, "Oh, there's one route I'd really love to do," and I'm trying to think what it would be. I'm trying to think it'd be cross-border between Germany and the Netherlands because you could do maybe Amsterdam to. Oh, I don't know. There's one of the ones that's already in the game. Oh, I'm trying to think what is this. It's on the Rhine-Ruhr. One of those stations. It's quite north-west Germany. That you could maybe do a line between there and Amsterdam, and then you'd be able to use the ICEs and. Oh god, ooh, all the possibilities. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. So yeah, I have maybe quiet confidence that will happen. But I mean, we had 4 new routes in March. 4 new routes in March. We had this. No. We had 3. We had Overground, Cardiff, this, and the Thomas Pack, which wasn't a new route, but was like new gameplay. So that was pretty hefty actually. And we're still to come on the roadmap is the 86 with the Mark IIs, which I'm looking forward to because I'm definitely getting that because I want those Mark IIs. And if it adds more services to the West Coast Main Line, Preston Carlisle, even better. There's a couple of cargo line packs. One's like military, and the other one is I don't know what, but quite looking forward to that. We'll get them. I love the fact they add quite a lot of nice services to routes like even Great Western Express, which is old now, but also Midland Main Line and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. And I think they might actually add to London Overground as well now, and West Coast Main Line. So definitely looking forward to those. There's that 47 one, which is either coming out now-ish or very soon. What else is there? Oh, Manchester Airport. Still out. Not decided on that because I didn't like the I can't remember what it's called. Gosford Loop or whatever it was called. Probably my least played route. Wasn't very interesting. But this, it just gives you the Pendolinos between Stockport and Manchester, so it might be interesting. I'll see. Again, I'll have to wait for the preview. I wasn't going to get Cardiff until I saw the preview, and I was like, oh, it does look bloody good. Because that 153. And the 153 is bloody good. And even this route, I was like, I really want the Netherlands route, but if it's a bad route, then yeah, right. Yes, I'm getting down to 100. Thank you. There we go. Down to 100. And yeah, what else is there? Oh, there's that Japanese route. That's a third-party route. There's a Santa Fe pack for the US somewhere. I don't think is there any actual US route on the roadmap now. I don't think there is. I don't think there is actually. Maybe that'll be something revealed soonish. Because it's been a while actually. The last US route was Boston, Worcester, Farmington, Boston to Farmington, Worcester. Sorry. Oh no, I do need to put my brakes on a bit more. Because we're arriving in Zwolle! Gorgeous, ain't it? Gorgeous. I'm not happy that it got foggy, and I specifically told it no fog. I just said I wanted cloudy. Maybe I set the clouds too high, but still, it shouldn't be foggy. Didn't say I wanted restricted visibility. So yeah, news. I'm probably forgetting some other route that's supposed to be coming. Oh, of course, there's the remastered Great Western Main Line, which is like still my absolute favourite to look forward to. Absolutely on the edge of my seat, waiting for that. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's slowish down into the platform. Zwolle. Apparently one of not many stations in the Netherlands that has this many platforms. Oh look, there's like a whole mountain of intercity trains here. Oh, lovely. Lovely. We'll have a little explore of the station actually. I'm fascinated. Come on. There we go. Right. Doors open. No passengers. Oh, they are on the train, but they're not getting off. Par for the course these days with this game. Passengers never seem to want to work. Or it seems to be hit and miss. Because sometimes when I was playing the Overground the other day, it was like the train was full. Like full. And then next time I played it, empty. Nothing. Nothing inside. Oh, the dog is so cute. She's enjoying it. Right, let's have a bit of an explore. I will get up, leave the train to itself. I mean, oh look, I love this. No, other side. It didn't make me close the doors. Yes, sir. Here is this station, Zwolle. Very nice. Very nice. It's a little bit rough and ready, isn't it? Looks like corrugated steel. Some bay platform. Through platforms. Oh, we should go have a look at that train, that regional as well. Just getting the roof reflected on it. You know, like a proper reflection, not even the saving. Oh no, it doesn't move. Does the lift though? Oh, it does. No, I've just come down the stairs. There's no point. Ooh, now look at this. How far out can we go? Oh, now look at that. Look at that. Very. I don't want to say it, but very Dutch. Just a big roof. Oh, and this one, little triangle. Oh no, it's a square. But it looks like a triangle. Wood? Is that wood? It is. Very Dutch. Let's have a look at what these regionals are like. As you see, can we get open the door? Very modern. Very modern. Welcome. So yeah, here you have it. I mean, a very modern cockpit. Lovely. Next station, none. This very Mondrian style artwork inside. Look at it. I'm gonna say it. Very Dutch. These sort of I mean, it is similar to the some of the German commuter trains, but it isn't them. Like, much more handsome actually around the front. 3 cars rather than 4 as well. Lovely. Well, I think that concludes it, really. I think I've shown, like, I mean, it isn't like the sort of snappiest, like, oh my god, look how great this is. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, there's so much happening. It's just good old-fashioned driving a train over a long distance if you're doing the intercity ones without having to think too much, without having to without having to be a job. You come home from work, you're tired, you've had a lot going on. Sometimes you don't want to have to be worrying about this, that, and the other. And this route, perfect for that. Had a long day looking at Excel today. So this, parfait for me. Parfait. And with that, I will bid you... I don't know how to say goodbye in Dutch. So I'll say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Oh, let's really zoom in. Oh my god, look at that man. He looks really infirm. Oh, let's look at that. Let's say goodbye. I'll say goodbye to you as this train departs. And we watch it curve. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Like I said, this is a good route if you want to relax and not think too much and be bombarded with sounds. This is what that's for. Perfect for after work. That's what I think. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Well, I need to do Cardiff. I've done the 153, but now I need to show you Cardiff. So I need to find something that no one else has done yet. But in the meantime, take care and hasta luego.